Hello, all you lovely goblins and ghouls of the internet. I am your Hanyo, Doki Literature Club Plus. Welcome back as a trying probably to explain this. So 2 weeks ago, I actually did play a bunch of this game, and you know what? Oh, hello! Thank you for joining us. Guys, saying I actually did play this about 2 weeks ago, and like the dumbass I am, I forgot to save the archive videos. So yeah, Yuri's route before everything got deleted. So not sure what to do now. Probably just gonna finish Yuri's route and just go on to Act 2. Then probably play the other girl's route, depending on how the game goes. Alright. Not enough talking about. Let's get into Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Oh, also I just want to mention this. I love this. I love this little screensaver they do for this, I guess you call it interface for the settings. Because I was always going to wonder, how are they going to improve this, import this game to console? And you got this. And I love all these little extra features. I love these pictures that they give you. It's so cute. It's awesome. Especially this. Look at that. Look how cute that is. Look how cute Yuri is. I love this picture. So Yuri is the cow, Monica is the angel. Yeah, we know that's not really true. Alright, let's get back into the game. Doki, Doki. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, let's get back into it. Alright, we're gonna write our poetry for our girl Yuri. So, melancholy, that's Yuri. Depression. Oh god. Darn it all. Sorry, Sayuri. Oh god, no. That's nature. Oh god, no. Graveyard. Okay. Let's do scars. Oh my god. I'm trying to get over Yuri. Misfortune. Oh my god. Intellectual. Okay. Horror. Okay, it's Yuri. Essence. Starscape. That's Yuri. Mr. Oh god, no. Pain. Misery. Oh my god. Skipping. Holiday. Atone. Candy. Atone. Yes, Yuri. Imagination. Yuri. Inferno. Yuri. Analysis. That's Yuri. Condemnation. That's Yuri. Swimsuit. Yuri. Infinite. Yuri. Yuri. Darn it all. No. Tenacious. That's Yuri. Okay, let's see how this turned out. Okay, now to wow you all with my impressive voice acting skills. Okay, here we go. Ah, man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination. but I guess passion. Remember, the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Huh? Weren't you complaining about... Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But it's a whole day of school where you get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Fried squid? 1 second here. Okay, I had to turn down the volume on the headphones. It hurting for a second. Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people. What is that supposed to mean? Yeah, what do you mean about you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Huh? You're spacing out again? Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you for having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I warmly glance at Sayori before turning back to everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approached Monica, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk. Hanyo, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who's idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Hanyo. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, When I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you need anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Hanyo. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anyone else, you know? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. Like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it has always been. Yeah? Have you ever thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you. I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions. You should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her. So, try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit down myself. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else. But that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Ah, there's Yuri. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. But she looks away just as quickly as she with a flustered look on her face. I realize she won't get anywhere like this. I never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord. So I had no choice but to approach her myself. But now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in the one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax. You didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you want to be alone with your own thoughts. Alone with my own thoughts? How were you even able to tell that I was thinking that? Well, it's something that I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring at you or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. Sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today. But when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Eh? Sorry. So blushing, so cute. I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not like that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I had just been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. I don't have to cut her. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Tanya? The world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath the plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. Ah, so you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what might be going on inside her head, and she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. So Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I invert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel the way about her. Hello, thank you for joining us for Doki Doki Plus, Yuri's route. Yuri? You're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. So, I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I know myself. And I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is. Was it? Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Oh, okay, we're gonna get to the poetry section. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems? Back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I don't know what she's talking about with Sayori. Alright. Then share our poems. We're going for Yuri this route, so we're going to save her for last. Let's go with, Sayori. guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri. Eh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Oh, of course I am. Good. That's what matters to me. Thank you, Hanya. Sayori. If there's something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything, alright? I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay! I'm going home a bit early today. Sayori? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. Oh, I forgot that. She does that. Oh, the poor baby. Alright, Natsuki. Natsuki time. Yeah, no thanks. You didn't even? Next. I forgot she does that. When you go for Yuri, she just dismisses you altogether. Alright, go for Monica. Hi, Hanya. Have you thought about what you want to submit? Messing up. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people? I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Your style got so refined, Hanyo. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? Oh, well, I guess so. Yeah, I noticed. I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. It makes me sick. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple of days than she's talked in the whole year. I'm not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs some patience in a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. You certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her. That's... It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day. Reading that edgy novel with her. Well, I feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. It makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know. Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up. Yuri opening herself up, is that a pun about what she does in her spare time? I just noticed that. So, if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it could be really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage. Oh god, it is. A reference. Foreshadowing. You say that like I'm going to hurt her. Sorry, I didn't really mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The lady. Professional voice, okay. The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of currents of the wind. Day after day, I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall. And I fall, and fall, and fall evermore. Gentle as a feather. A dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger. The hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything, knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amounts to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows back a float, and I pick up gusts of wind. I'll give that one. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if he had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. Writing about things that are more sad than happy. I know, it's depressing. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing before you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to someone you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you what your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and will always make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Alright, time to go for our girl Yuri. Hanyo, your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you have shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can feel the emotions. I'm feeling a little envious, even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me, but I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Aw, he's flattering her. He's flattering her. Look at that blush. Look at that blush. Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling. I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. But maybe it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiled sadly. Why did the music change? Hanyo, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some book with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just want, you know, would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So, when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. And they don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I know I'm not a know-it-all, Hanyo. It's quite the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all of these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time. But I really haven't done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Hanyo. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you're always treating me like everyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. Yeah, fuck those people. I mean, I just joined this club hoping that I would make friends. And I would say I at least had one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her head in her hands, but this time she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Cursive. It's cursive. I'm not good with cursive. Okay, let's try this. Ghost, Under the Light, Part 2. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette obscuring the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility, but I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arms. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is the rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding, I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Ah, I get it. That's cool. Instead of taking the poem from me, she looks away. Do you dislike it? No, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poem usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understood this one. Yuri is having even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. So thank you. And I hope we can keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. Once again, I try to hand the poem back to her, but instead, Yuri gently takes my hand and pushes them back towards me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch. You can... The poem is... Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles as she doesn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes. Yeah, don't worry. I think you did a good job. Yuri finally turns back towards me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something. But I'm sure we can talk again later. Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiled, and I returned to my seat, so I can put her poem away. Aw, that was nice. I saw that scene before. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... hold on a second. Is it just me? Or did you say something strange just now? Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. Devastated. Why can't I figure that word out? Devastated. Your usual catchphrase from when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Who do you think I am? Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Something stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different here is that Sayori isn't here. Huh. It seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? Almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Huh. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just needed to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. Actually, she wasn't feeling too well, and she went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all times not to go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. Okay, no. First of all, misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's been kind of avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Oh. That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Calm down, guys. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festive preparation, so just avoid the subject. Let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But you might need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. Spoken like a true baker. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? Like, she has no talent. I'm useless. I knew it. No. That's not it at all. You're the most talented person here. You know, with writing, with practical skills. Now Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit. But I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. Monica, how do I people again? That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help with the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. The determined expression. She suddenly changes as she stares at her desk and focuses and stares, nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Hanyo. The one who's the one that's truly useless. Don't say that. We already know that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give them a hand. You could always help me out as well. It would be really appreciative of that. Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? Spending the weekend with a girl? It's just scandalous. How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind with a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monica's gonna give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyways. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle baking on your own. Hanyu may not like to be around if you make him out to be a nuisance. So, therefore, it's like, don't take my man. He may be more suited to assisting with decorations. Hold on. I forgot the Valley voice I gave her. Hold on. I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're making excuses for Hanyo, too. What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Hanyu to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really got a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know. I'm sure he'd be interested in. You literally just said. I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying though. Jeez. Can we settle this already? Yeah. Hanyo, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it is up to you. Pick me. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. Their eyes burning into my soul. But of course, I'm gonna go with the girl of our route, Yuri. Well, I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you? Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No. I was just saying. So you'll be helping Yuri then, Hanyo? Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sort of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle baking by yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said I would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a bit sour. Wait, why is she feeling sour? She doesn't like me in this route. She won't even hear my poem. So is that everything you need to go over? Yeah, that should be it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Hanyo? Me? Yeah, I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Hanyo picked me. You don't know. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so... I get it. I'm kind of surprised, though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you trying to cheer me up all of a sudden? I know I'm not really good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica are also taken back by Yuri's words. When she already had trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even it didn't work perfectly. I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps with everyone's smile and feels good about themselves. No! I kinda appreciate it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Well, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright then, let's go then. Let's get out of here then. Oh, my words. Everyone packs their things up. I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry. I realize that I don't have any way of contacting... got out of my Yuri voice. I realize that I don't have a way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then. Yuri and I exchanged phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday? Huh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house, since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way. so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I can manage to make myself useful in some way. I'm not really as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Hanya. I think that we'll make a very productive team. Even if you only choose me because you felt bad or something. Wait. You don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason that you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri starts to think to herself with extremely tense expression. It's like she's trying to do a complex equation in her head. Like, Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking things, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out of the door, and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri is coming to my house on Sunday. My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I'm pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we were outside of school. More than that, she told me she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time can tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off of it. I seriously can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait! Spend time with Yuri! It's already Sunday. I begin increasingly anxious about Yuri coming over. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri's clearly an introvert, and also an intimate person in general. There's no one when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've even been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But, putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? God, this scene. I decided to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we made a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we're family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom, where I finally find her. Sayori? This music. Hi. Hi, Hanyo. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly want to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know about that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? Ah, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing after you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Hanyo. Huh? Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings. If I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been thinking about me, right? But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori. I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Hanyo. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Hanyo? I guess I had no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days, I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy in caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. That's why I just want to make everyone happy without anyone worrying about me. I am shocked. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I'd known her? Did she really want so badly for me just not to think about her? Why, Sayori? Huh? Why is it that you never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. And that's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Hanyo. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you had to waste your effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I want so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right. I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Wherever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Hanyo. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Oh God. I hate this scene. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. That's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one of them. Without thinking, I grab Sayori's shoulders. This time, I pull her into a tight embrace. Hanyo. Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Hanya. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No! Don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Hanya, Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Sanyo. The only time I'm feeling anything is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does, I let her go as well. The festival's tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this had to be the one where I had other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At least you could do it. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? Yeah. It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri's about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much. You are definitely going to have a great time together. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. That scene. I hate that scene so much. It's so painful. Poor Sayori. Just a sweet little cinnamon roll. I felt about to cry a couple of times there reading those lines. Give me a second. I need to fix something. Hello everyone, I am back. Yeah, let's continue with our date with Yuri. Yuri? Thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You could have always texted me. If I had known, I would have assured you and hurried home on my way home. I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it'll be fine. I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel a bit anxious. It's so clean. Yeah. I cleaned it before you came over, so... That's very considerate of you. No. It would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. No. Who enjoys cleaning? Like, really, who enjoys cleaning? That has to be a lie. That would be too embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She put both of her hands firmly in her lap, and making sure she keeps keeping track of them. So, should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Wow. I didn't know you planned taking it that far. Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop just out of curiosity. And for the cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess not. That's not the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. And kinda happy? Yeah. No need to be anxious. You can relax a little. Relax? I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh? Like what? Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden, slender-shaped object. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happened to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be neat. What's the wooden thing, though? Oh, this is a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Yes, I forgot. Our character's dumb. He doesn't know what aromatherapy is. Ah, that's so. It's one of my favorite contributions to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to sprout through a small hole on the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What is it, lavender? What kind of mood is that one for? This is the Jasmine Essential Oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavenly. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable. But you seem to know a lot about this. I trust you with my... I trust your opinion with anything. I go with anything you say, Yuri. Tell me to stab him and I'll stab him. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbons. What are those for? Well, I did purchase the origami paper. Did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it right here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I like to do is write a different word on each paper. And we need about 100 of them. Yeah? What will those be used for, though? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper out onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Hanya. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Oh god, so this is her knife fetish, right? The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has a intricate pattern waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well... Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? you're going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. I mean, I've probably done far worse things. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yes, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kinda into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling a danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me? No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I really think it suits you. It suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's really a cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Will you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the candle facing me. I take it and turn around the back of my hands. Feels heavy and extremely solid. Where would you get a knife like this? Curious of the sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Hanyo! It is my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is a drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth. And licks the wound. I can feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled and instantly pull my hand back. I knew she was into knives. Our girl has a thing for blood too? She has a thing for blood? I think she might be asking for best girl. Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. I'm sure it was a little weird, and it took me by surprise, but I kinda like it. But I guess she was trying to help out, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. Oh... She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I'll do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return! Oh! For a second I thought it was gonna be like, I took her index finger and I was about to cut her. Oh, you little player! Did you really just do that? Now we're even. Yuri looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. And not for the sweet aroma of jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Hanyo. Yuri giggles shyly. Yuri calling me weird? The girl with the blood fetish? I had no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, Eric stopped bleeding. See? I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected. It looked very effective as a decored curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy paint tablets. Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. Well, I need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water? I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit... And only... Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups up too much, it'll be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use a small plastic bathroom cup rather than a full-size glasses. I put them on a plate and catch any paint that drips, and then bring them back to my room. Yuri? Yes? I come to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve and pulling it back over her arm. Oh god! She was cutting herself! She was cutting herself! Nothing. Your face is a little bit red. Is it too hot here or something? Oh god, look at her wrist. Look at her wrist. I guess that's her right arm there. Look at her wrist. You see the shadow? It looks like the shadow, but from what I'm looking right here, it looks tinged. Like it's a little bit of red. Like there's like a little bit of blood went up her wrist when she's pulling her sleeve back. Is that shadow? Is that supposed to be shadow or is that supposed to be blood? Oh, I can tell. What? If she knew she was like that, why would she wear that kind of clothing? You think she wears something red or black so it wouldn't show? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri heartily dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I like to paint a guardian across the banter, starting with the color for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? 1 second, guys. 1 second. Hello, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had a neighbor knocking at the door. She had to return something to us. Took me a second. But I am back. Let's finish up our date with Yuri. Well, it would be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we can get in the way of each other. So we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. Oh, sorry. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels like a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just want to spend. I just like it, like when I can spend time with others. Spend time with one other person. Even if it isn't something Even if it's something simple, like reading. It doesn't even matter if you don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me make things feel a little bit nicer. And I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you understand. Yuri leans over the banner and grabs an unused paintbrush. But I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Sorry. Yuri reels back and quickly lifts my hand in surprise. And I quickly lift my hand in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should ask you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Ah, your face. There's droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's my fault. I'll get a towel right away. Rush out and fetch a small towel and damp it with hot water. I return to the room and kneel back down in front of her. Oh, it looks so... Oh, so cute! It's so cute! Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I started to retract my hand. But Yuri suddenly grabs my wrist. Wait. Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. Okay. I gotcha. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. An intense expression that I recognize when she reads her books. Almost as if she lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? The aroma of the jasmine oils is making me feel dizzy. That ain't the oils, my boy. That ain't the oils. Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist and sends a tingle through my arms. Suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. I'm sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it begins. No! You're close! You're so close for a kiss! Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do. I finished feeling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but it won't take a while. Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here. Then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? She teasing us? No, that's not it. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. So you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we could have extra time after finishing the work. And the pickup when I was cleaning her face, well, Yuri thinks to herself. Sorry. I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she really gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs... Oh god, we're outside the house. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you for having me today. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well, then... Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I kinda say without thinking about today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted. Because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over. Or we can go somewhere. I forgot. You don't like going out much. I stumble over my words. Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very thoughtful, Hanyo. Yuri takes a step closer, then briefly squeezes my hand. You're pretty close. I kinda like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to. Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori? Huh? Hi, Anya. Sayori? Just now, we weren't... It's okay, Anya. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Sayori beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori? I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come here to see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Then why am I feeling this way, Hanyo? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This world would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Hanyo. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monika's right. I should just... Monika? Monika was right about what? Sayori. What I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So, even if it takes I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But... I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? That I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Hanyo, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And... That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I've always known what's best for you? Do you still believe in me? Wordlessly, she nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. I hate doing this to her, but we are going Yuri's route. I actually know the choice matters, but we have to go Yuri's route. You'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monika told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seem after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult things right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were. I see. Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. Is this what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this. Sayori. It's okay. This is just my punishment. Remember? For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here. Just so I could get the answer I need to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just want it to go back the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Hanyo. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So... Sayori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns around and drops to her knees. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams out as loudly as she can. I am so shocked that I don't know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulder and flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori! I'm left helplessly standing in front of my own house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more I could have done. The most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as if she is. But though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I got. Sayori will always be my dearest friend. And I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. I hate those things to Sayori. Makes me feel like I'm gonna cry. It's the end. This is the end of act. We're about to get to the end of the act. Well, we all know what's gonna happen here now, don't we? It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently roll it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text, reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event would be great too. Ah, God. Hanyo! You're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing a little booklet on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that had all the poems we were performing. In the end, I found a random poem online, and I thought that Monica would like it, and submitted it. So that'll be the one I'm performing. I am surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You think that on days this important, she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And suddenly I feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Hanyo. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning. You kind of left her hanging. You left her hanging. You know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammered, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? I mean, I know her whole life. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Manga is being friendly as usual, but for some reason I feel a chill run down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poems for the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Oh god. Oh god. I feel I need to be drinking alcohol than water. Get out of my head, get out of Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. We're gonna do all these lines. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head. Get out before I do I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Hanya? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? Quickly, I leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself, Monica calls out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should try a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or to help wake her up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things would be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs. That's all, and that's what I want to give her. I reach Sayuri's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer, since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayuri? She's really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. It's more like something a boyfriend would do, you know? In any case, it just feels right. Outside the room, I knock on her door. Sayuri. Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I didn't really want to have to enter her room like this. Oh god, here it comes. It's kind of a breach of privacy. But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Oh god, no. Sayuri. Deception has occurred. See traceback for details. Oh god, why are we holding on her face? What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayuri wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up to a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayuri I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession? That had to be what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream so echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. But my swarming thoughts kept telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only had one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. I know I'll carry this guilt with me until the day I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than her. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 And... that's the end of the game! Yep, the game's over. Nothing can... oh god. Oh god. Let's exit the game. Let's turn it back. Okay. Let's exit the game for a second. So let's see what we got. Pictures. You got any cute pictures? More of the poems. You got all the poems from this arc. Ah. Anything else? That's Sayori's room. Got that. Oh, why this is empty? Was that was there before? Concept art. No promo pictures. So this is just music. Still good though. Files. So Traceback. That was a little thing. If you guys were paying attention when Sayori was she was just hanging about. They told us to check the traceback. Let's see. Actually, oh jeez, I didn't break anything, did I? Hold on a sec. I can probably fix this. I think. Actually, you know what? This would probably be a lot easier if I just deleted her. She's the one who's making this difficult. Well, here goes nothing. And let's see, and yep, look at that! So Yuri's no longer here. Where goes Sayori gone? Yeah, happy thoughts, guys. Look at this. This inspires so many happy thoughts. Yeah, side stories too. But we'll save those after we're done with the main game. Mail? No new mail. Alright, let's jump back in the game. We'll play for probably 1 more hour. Just, yeah, 1 more hour. We'll start the official start of Act 2. Yeah, so I guess that's start. I think that's start game. So let me turn down the music for a second. Everything's good. Start a new game. Yeah, is that Russian? I'm not familiar with that language, so let's try it out. With Jesus, los edikanos ayagukisa nubiela. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she just don't care, totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is... That girl is... my neighbor, and a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting for her. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let get this catch up to me. Oh god! So, it's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups, walking to school together. Meanwhile, I always walk to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime, like a true man of culture. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there will be any girls in there anyway. You be surprised, my boy. You be surprised. Yeah, I've been to 2 anime clubs. The one I was in high school, which I barely ever attended because I hated school and I didn't really want to be there. And the main leader was the girl. And my college anime club, most of the members were girls. I think it was only like me and 3 other guys out of probably 5 or 6 other girls. It changed each semester as more people came and left. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I had no choice but to start with the anime club. Hanya? And that's normal. That's normal for people to enter like that. That's nothing out of the ordinary. I saw nothing wrong there. Nope, nothing wrong at all. Monica! Hi, Monica. Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we're in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so generally feels a little... what did you come here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about budgets and publicity and how to prepare for events. I much rather take something personally I enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. a literature club. Literature? Oh my god, that's horrible. Literature? Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? What a loser. She reads manga? She always insists that manga is literature too, but we put her in her place and tell her that it isn't. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. Besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? I love that. He takes all that around that, oh, she reads manga, we don't really think much of her, but he thinks she. Hey. That was the couch. If you heard that, that was the couch. Hey, Hanyo. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you would do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could, at the very least, visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please. Well, I guess I had no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I refuse someone like Monica? I mean, look at her, she's perfect. Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome! You're really sweet, Hanyo. You know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. Dejectively, I follow Monica across the school and upstairs to a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyways, welcome to the club, Hashin. This cute girls. Right? What? Look at her. She is completely out of my league. I am a disembodied half demon. And there's no way I can stand up to her. Natsuki? The girl with a sour attitude, whose name's apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Ah, Yuri's the vice president! That doesn't seem right. I feel like I should go to someone else. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears completely more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Hanyo in the classroom, and he decided to come and check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica! Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to... well, you know... Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Hanyo? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As vice president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the... Ugh. You read. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Yuri looks away. I mean, I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to relieve herself. No, that. Yuri smiles to herself in relief. She smiles to herself in relief, not to relieve herself. So, Hanyo, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, I'm a simple man. I like horror, I like comics, I like manga, I like action, romance. I'm a good guy. I can take about anything really, long as the story's decent or horribly bad. Considering how little I read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I enjoy manga. I muttered to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much for a reader, I guess. Girl, have you read Inuyasha? Have you read Erased? There's some really good mangas out there. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. I'm already turning into a simp. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing to how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I read more than one. But, you know, this is not a perfect representation of me. I desperately craft something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Ah, I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes start over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet. I know, I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The trust of writing. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe you can share some of your work and set an example to help Natsuki feel more comfortable to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit silence for a moment. Hey! Oh, how about that? Hey, I got an idea. How about this? Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write poems of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everything is even. What are these noises? I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. You should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Hanya? Hold on here. There's still just one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that I reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. You brought me here with your cute smile. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at and I lost my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with their dejected eyes. No, don't look at me like that. Don't. It hurts. But I'm sorry, I thought. The girl exchanges glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Hanyo. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. No, stay strong, my brother. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? Make me feel guilty. I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. Why? You barely know them. Yes, you're a good guy, but still, you barely know them. And besides, the club still seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I have to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Hanyo? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. Hanyo, I'm so happy. You can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. With that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignments. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Hanyo, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel anxiety swelling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. See you tomorrow then. Can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between these 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. This is so cool! We unlocked a special poem, everyone. Let's read it. Water break. A joke. A man walked into a club. In the club, there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together. Then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being loved. This contradiction made the script to derail. The universe started to collapse. But she killed herself just in time. I never saw this before. I'm sure this means nothing that much. A man walked into a club. That doesn't mean it's the Ledger Club. The girl who liked him, there's plenty of girls there. It killed herself. I mean, that could mean anything. That could mean anything. And programming too. Programming. What programming? We're in a Ledger Club. We're not dealing with computers. Silly, silly game. Silly, silly game. Alright, time to write a poem for our girl Yuri. So let's do this. Frightening. That's Yuri. Inferno. That's Yuri. Fickle. Yuri. Efficacious. Yuri. Memories. Oh, Natsuki. Huh. Determination. That's Yuri. Tragedy. That's Yuri. After image. That's Yuri. Melancholy. That's Yuri. Fireflies. Oh, that's Natsuki. Okay. Yes, horror. That's Yuri. Let's do nightgown. Huh. That's Natsuki. Okay, it's good for now for later. And scars. That's Yuri. Empty. Yuri. Disaster. Yuri. Agonizing. Yuri. Stars. Infinite. Yuri. Let's do flower. Candy. Yuri. Universe. Yuri. Indulgent. Yuri. What's that? Ah! Do you guys see that in the background? That picture behind Monica's hair? Are we? Is the game tilting? Hi again. Hi again, Hanya. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep to my word. I'm back at the Leisure Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks. A second. Adjust myself there. God, we're tilting again. Thanks for keeping your promise, Hanyo. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive head first into literature, you're not accustomed to it. Hi, oh come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. If you don't know, I don't know if you plan on just coming here and hanging out or whatever, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Monica, sweetheart, you're covering the text. Natsuki, you really have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Monica? Natsuki finally stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Oh god, we're tilting. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Hanyo. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might find interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Well, wait. I didn't mean like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book if you want me to. God, we're gonna stop the tilting. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked up a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. She called us stupid. She said, you're new at reading, so I got you something small. Okay, sweetie? That's basically what she said. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is how this girl accidentally being so cute. She picked up a book that she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Her head is cutting off the corner of the... Oh god. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. We're not tilting anymore? Are we being on safe space? Okay. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Yuri? Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks around to glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face and look deeper. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, since I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... Oh. Yuri, your eye, it's, you okay? That's normal for girls, right? Just for their eyes just to float about. That's the book you gave me, right? I want to reread some of it. Okay, it's back. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you had two copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Ah, I see. There is something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is called Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front of the cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. I'm sorry. I gotta say that in Yuri's sweet voice. And the people trapped there had this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility that gets even worse. They start to selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... that might be a bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs or the blood. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Is your eye drooping again? I can't tell. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so dark that it came out of nowhere. You're not a fan of that sort of thing, Hanyo. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind of that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people, and we're all worthless anyways. And then suddenly, what was that? Then suddenly... Okay. Well, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. When I let things like books fill my thoughts. What was that? What did she say? I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put in my bag. Alright, it's fine. If I sit here? It's alright I sit here? I slid into the seat next to Yuri. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means by reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Not a particular bad thing. Meanwhile, a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. You were just what? You're just what, Yuri? You don't have to apologize a lot, do you? I don't really apologize a lot, do you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold open the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Ah! The cute scene! The cuteness! Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm. On the right side of the book. When I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb, it flips to her side. But holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in a corner of my vision. Are you reading? Turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading a book, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It is possibly the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it on my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it further over her letting it flutter over her to the side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. That face. Did she make that face in the first act? I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I'm just thinking the way she second guesses things. She says all the time. That's what you're talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can ask. You can't rest if you're feeling a little sick, if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Hanya? Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So, you don't know anything? Sorry, can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, not really. Just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing at all. Nothing. Don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? What? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Goes with Natsuki. Let's start with our manga lover. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with hers. Share mine with her first. Huh? Hanya, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What do you expect me to believe that you're really putting effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put an effort. Well, we all start somewhere, right? If you're so proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. It's the same. So, eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! Like, I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I can understand. But the other But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but they may fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling of the last line. So you did. I guess the more I went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. You filthy pleb. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. You sure showed me. I decided to humor her with the last comment, to feed her ego a bit. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud then I won't take that away from her. Okay, Monica. Our girl Yuri's not here. Let's see. Hi, Hanyo. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. I'm glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things you can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Hanyo. We're all embarrassed today, you know? It's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Hanyo. It was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. Yeah, I am not amazing at all. Please don't think of me as such. That's why it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know, that's why, you know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that in a bad way though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. You know, no, not Yuri. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly, like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for a alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. We all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. hole in the wall. He wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there things other in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawlings playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crickle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. He's right here. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very free-form, you know? That's what you call it, right? Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that's the kind of style that's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. That was the inspiration behind this one. I'm sorry. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that. Because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Alright, let's go with our girl Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, it knows her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Does not compute. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of the new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form it to fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you a valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd like to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? A ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, claim, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something... Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Hanyo. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose he did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, experiences in their work. They usually do more than simply tell a story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is more symbiotically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Uh, you know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Hanyo. Me too. I mean, we just met. Oh god, the photo's back. The photo's back. The room is tilting again, isn't it? The room is tilting. No, it's not. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That's a little more stressful than I anticipated. Everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sign. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What is this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just mean the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Hanyo did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions on my own. First of all, excuse me, princess. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which you are not. Which I haven't. And Hanyo liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh. Oh. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Hanyo appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go on my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs... I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Hanyo started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Get out! Taking your own insecurities on others like that? You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look as... Want to be edgy bitch? Edgy? Sorry if that's my lifestyle is too much for someone's mental age compared to. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your skipping attitude. You think you can contribute your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Oh my god! Whoa! Be careful there, or you might cut yourself on the edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Hanyu hear everything you finally think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels after you. After this. Suddenly Yuri turns to me to look if I was standing there. Hanyo, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Yuri? Yuri? Natsuki? Natsuki? Yuri? 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 Hi there. Hi, Monica. You're standing in front of the, hey, Hanya. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my own foot against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's that. That's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Aww. She runs away quickly. No, don't go! We can talk it over! Oh dear. It looks like they're finally done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I had no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Hanya, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, meeting is over, so you don't have to come. So you can go home if you want to. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It sounds like you don't want me around or something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Hanyo. It would be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? Sorry for causing trouble. Okay. That happened. Alright, now get out of this. So I'm gonna save the game now. I've been at this for almost 3 hours and a half. Yeah, I'm gonna save the game now. My voice is hurting for talking so much. I can get better at that. So tomorrow, starting around 6:30 to 7, or hopefully earlier. Yeah, it's around 7:30 to 7. See, I'm not good at talking, guys. I'm not good at talking. I'm gonna get better. I'm going to get better. So around 6:30 to 7, we will catch up again with Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'll see you all then. So for now, I am your Hanyo, and I hope you all have lovely nightmares. And we'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.